ask both Joanna and Francis to declare their freedom to marry each other before they solemnly promise to take each other as partners for life. But before you make those vows to each other, he's fine. He's fine, really. He knows where he wants to be. Before you make your vows to each other, there are just two things I should bring to your attention. Firstly, this room in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages. That rather pompous statement actually means that this room has been licensed for ceremonies such as this. And every marriage which takes place in this room is fully legal and binding on both the parties. That sounds pompous too, doesn't it? The second thing I should remind you is the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man with one lady, voluntarily entered into for life.
No, you're talking about to me.
No, I'm not talking about to you. In a minute. Voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. So this means that today you will exchange those vows that unite you. They're a public pledge of your love and the promise of a lifelong commitment to each other. Now, this commitment calls for trust, understanding, cooperation, dedication, hard work, patience. But in my long marriage, I think the most important thing was a sense of humour. Now I'm going to ask Darren to step forward to read for us The Art of Marriage, please. Where is Darren? Do you want to come and stand here in the middle? Absolutely.
Okay, on behalf of our granddad. Okay, the art of a good marriage. The little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is never taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue through all the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together and facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the husband to wear a halo or the wife the wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humour. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is finding room for the other things of the spirit. It is the common search for the good and the beautiful. It is establishing a relationship in which independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and the obligation reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner.
Oh, that's the parcel will be here soon, Joshua. Darren, thank you very much for that. Now that's a very important reading. Very well chosen. Now I would recommend that over the years of your marriage, occasionally you get that reading out. Because all the words in it are so true and so valuable that I think sometimes we need reminding. So keep it to hand. Now, I should ask if anyone here knows of any lawful impediment why Francis and Joanna should not be joined in marriage.
And me.
And you. Then you should declare it now or forever hold your peace.
Don't talk about me.
I would normally ask the pair of you to stand, but I think at the moment it would be much more comfortable if you both sat with Joshua. It has long been the tradition in many parts of the world for the father of the bride to hand over his daughter to the groom. Now Joanna entered the marriage room today, and you, on the arm of her father, Mark. So Mark, could I please ask you just to be standing over here, please? Thank you. Now if you would just like to take Joanna's hand and place it in Francis's hand, then we can all see there that you've given her over to him. Thank you very much. Francis and Joanna, the institution of marriage must be entered into freely and you, voluntarily, and with the full consent of you three. So I now ask each of you, yes darling, each of you to confirm your intention to marry one another. Now Francis, do you promise to love, trust, honour and to care for Jo, to walk with her in sorrow and joy, illness and health, facing life together wherever it may take you? Thank you. And now, Joanna, do you promise to love, trust, honour and to care for Francis, to walk with him in sorrow and joy, illness and age, and facing life together wherever it may take you?
I do.
Thank you.
And me.
Yes, and Joshua, not as part of that pattern. And there's Marcel sitting somewhere, oh, very quietly. Now we come to the part of the ceremony where we ask the bride and groom, in a minute, to make the legally required declarations that they are free to marry each other. Joanna and Francis have chosen Matthew and Christine as their witnesses, so could I ask Matthew and Christine please to join us? Now if we can have one standing either side. Now Francis, again I'd like you please to repeat up. Do you want me to get them to stand up? Would that make it easy? Oh yes. Joshua, you come and sit down with me. Come on, you can have my chair. Francis, please repeat after me. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Francis Albert Hannah, may not be joined in matrimony to Joanna Marie White. Thank you. Now Jo, it's your turn. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Joanna Marie White, may not be joined in matrimony to Francis Albert Hannah. Having declared that they know of no legal reason why they may not be married, we come on to the part of the ceremony when Francis and Joanna make their marriage contract with each other and exchange their rings. Now could I ask all of those who feel comfortable, please to stand. It's your turn again. I would like you please to say to Jo, I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Francis Albert Hannah, do take thee, Joanna Marie White, to be my lawful wedded wife. Thank you. Jo. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Joanna Marie White, do take thee, Francis Albert Hannah, to be my lawful wedded husband. A wedding wedding ring is traditionally given to seal the contract that you have just made. It is the outward sign of the promises and the token of the lifelong commitment that you're making to each other. Each ring is an unbroken circle, symbolising unending and everlasting love. The rings are usually made of a precious metal, suggesting that you are giving to each other the best that you possibly can. And now I think Marcel has the all-important rings. So Marcel, could you just bring the rings along, please? Come round here. There we are, my darling. Now, shall we take them? And go that way round. There we go. Got it? Yeah. Francis, as a token of the promises that you've just made, would you like to take the ring and then place it on Jo's finger? She'll know which one. And then you hold it in place and hold her hand and say to Jo, I give you this ring.
I give you this ring
As a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
All that I am,
All that I am,
I give to you.
I give to you.
All that I have,
All that I have,
I share with you.
I share with you.
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
to love, cherish and respect you
to love, cherish, and respect you
in times of joy
in times of joy
and in times of sorrow,
and in times of sorrow,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Thank you. Now, Jo, would you like to take the ring and place it on Francis's finger? That's it. And you hold it in place and hold his hand and say to Francis, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my
as
love.
a symbol of my love.
All that I am,
All that I am,
I give to you.
I give to you.
All that I have,
All that I have,
I share with you.
I share with you.
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
to love, cherish and respect you
to love, cherish and respect you.
in times of joy
In times of joy
and in times of sorrow,
and in times of sorrow,
for as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Thank you. Joanna and Francis, you have now made the declarations required by the law of this country, and you have entered into a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your family and all your friends. And now I have the greatest of pleasure in announcing that you are legally husband and wife, and I think you should seal it with a kiss.
I don't mind. As many times as you like.
Wait a minute. One more.
Now I would like everybody to sit down for a moment, please.
Key to love is understanding, the ability to comprehend not only the spoken words, but those unspoken gestures, little things that say so much by themselves. The key to love is forgiveness, to accept each other's faults and pardon mistakes, without forgetting but remembering what you learned from them. The key to love is sharing, facing your good fortune as well as the bad together, both conquering problems, forever searching for ways to intensify your happiness. The key to love is giving, without thought of return, with the hope of just a simple smile, and by giving in, but never giving up. The key to love is respect, realising that you are two separate people with different ideas, that you don't belong to each other, that you belong with each other, and share a mutual bond. The key to love is inside us all. It takes time and patience to unlock all the ingredients that will take you to its threshold. It is the continual learning process that demands a lot of work, but the rewards are more than worth the effort, and that is the key to love.
Unwittingly, you probably chose the two most difficult readings, but they are in fact the two that have the most meaningful words, so well done. Now we're going to go on now to the signing of the register, but first of all, can I ask you